Okay, I think we're live.
Yay.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Why Am I Yelling Live. I am so excited to have it back. This is our first uh, foray into relaunching Why Am I Yelling Live that we did not last year, but the year before. I think it was 2018 when we stopped. So I've kind of stopped for a whole year, and now we're back. My name is Krista Rizzo, and I am your host. And our special guest today is Lusine Simonyan.
Hi,
And she
everyone.
is, hi, Lucy. She's in LA where it's nice and warm, and I'm in New York where it's nice and cold. And I'd love to introduce you to her because I'm super excited to have her and talk about what she's doing because she's doing a lot of really great, wonderful things for her community. So, Lucy founded a company called MIRAY Collections, and what that is one of a kind handmade accessories. I'm reading. One of a kind handmade accessories uniquely designed to reflect your own essence as an individual. Lucy brings together artists from all over the world to showcase their talent through her website. And so I'm not going to talk anymore about it because I want Lucy to tell us how it started, where she got the idea, and how she's helping artists who may not have the opportunity to be showcased and featured in social media or exposed in a way that you're exposing them. So thank you for being here and take it away. How did you start? How did this become your passion and why did you start it?
Right. Well, I'm a consumer myself. So my family is still back in Armenia. So every year I go back and I see all these talented people. And, I used to buy it for myself, and then people in US and especially here, they would be like, oh, where did you get it from? Where is this from? And how can we get it? And, there's no opportunity for people to have access to those kind of accessories that are actually done by hand. So last November, I was like, this can be a good thing because I can pay forward for the artist. So they can have a platform where they can showcase their talent and all the accessories that they're making, which some of you can see in the back. And for a US consumer, it's a good opportunity to have the exposure and be able to purchase online.
I love it. And then where do you have a way of curating the artists, or do you just how do you find your artists?
Right. So that's the challenge, and that's the mission I'm on.
Okay.
So the artists, most importantly, the quality of product needs to be really good. And because I travel so much, and it's a great opportunity to be able to meet them in person and to see their product. So because of the travel, it just makes it a little bit easier. And once let's say the first initial 5 artists, I talked to them, I sat down with them, and after that, they start referring to other artists, and I see their work online, and I have a person who's coordinating it, everything from Armenia. So it's a team, in the back working too.
And then do you have a way, now I'm trying to think of how we can help you. So how can we help you? And we'll probably talk about this a little bit at the end, but you want to curate from all over the world? Do you want to stay in a specific geography? What is your goal and vision for the future of MIRAY?
Right. I want the consumer to think of it as okay, I want a unique product, something that fits my personality, and that is something that I can just go and purchase from any store. Where do I go? Oh, I go to miraycollections.com. So that's the mission, and that's the goal for the consumer and for the artist, for them to be able, if they have a good product, everything is done by hand, for them to be able to say, okay, I have this talent, I keep creating this stuff, but where do I sell it? Okay, right. There is MIRAY.
Yeah, right. And what are your standards for the artists that you choose to have on your site? Because I'm sure there are so many, and it's like, how do I choose? How do I choose?
That is very true, and you're right. There are so many artists and so many talented ones. Because my background is Armenian, and in LA we have a really big Armenian community. I wanted to pay it forward to the community that I come from. So the artists are Armenian, both from Armenia originally or anywhere in the world. I have 4 from LA currently, and the list is just adding up. So that's the criteria, to be Armenian and to have a good product.
I love it. and the products are all accessories based, right? So
Correct.
you have, what kind of accessories do you have on the site
We
right now?
have jewelry, scarves, bags, clutches. You see the vest in the background. We have brooches like pins, bracelets, everything that fits in the category of accessories.
I love it. And then what are your price points? Like, do they range, or tell me about a little bit about that?
The average price goes from 35 to 85. There are, of course, some very exclusive things that are, let's say, a hand-drawn scarf, which is pretty large. That's like in the range of 300s, or a necklace that has special, stone in it. Those are in the range of 300s. But the average you will see on the website is from anywhere from 35 to 85.
So super affordable.
Yeah.
And then that helps your artists clearly get some recognition and
Yes.
some credibility and all that stuff. And you work together to promote that.
Yes.
I love this idea because I think that it's so important to, especially when you come from a culture that you are, so proud of and so immersed in, and it's part of everything that you do, right?
Yeah.
Highlighting that and making it specific to your consumer it's super fun. I think that's super fun, and I think it's amazing for other communities to learn about yours and where this comes from and where your clients come from and where your artists come from.
Yeah.
So can you give me a background? Do you have a favorite artist? And I don't want to
No.
or do you have some favorite artists?
You're putting me on a spot here.
Ah!
No, I definitely don't have, because I'm just amazed by their talent, to be honest.
Yeah.
Every time I see it, and I'm a tax accountant, that's my job.
Right.
But I'm doing it as a passion project. So being an accountant, I'm sorry?
No, you're good. Being an accountant, I hear you.
Yes. So being an accountant and having this passion project and trying to combine art, accounting is all numbers. So I love doing the MIRAY because it just gives me the exposure to communicate with so many talented people. And I don't have a favorite, but I'm definitely amazed at every single product that they have.
That's great. And how, what do you envision for the future of this? Do you want to keep it the way it is, or do you want MIRAY to be a household name at some point?
I would like it to be a household name at some point, because I do believe I do come from a very diverse background. I lived in Armenia, lived in France a little bit, lived in Minnesota being an exchange student, and now I'm in California. So I'm exposed to so much diversity, but in that diversity, I see uniqueness. So each of us are so unique, and we have our own interests and passions. And that's my vision for MIRAY, so that when you go to the website, you find something that fits your personality.
I love that. And I think, having that option and being able to, break free from the stuff that you see every day, like this, you can buy an accessory on the street for, $20,
True.
But it's not the same as what everybody else has.
Right.
And I don't have any on right now, which is very unusual for me, but I am a jewelry freak and I love accessories. Okay. And when my husband and I got together, he went to a jewelry store, like a local jewelry store in New York City, and made friends with the guys who own the store. And they just retired like 3 years ago. So for 20 years or 18 years, they were our exclusive jeweler, and they would create things for us. They would make things for us. I would have old pieces handed me down from my grandparents or my mom or somebody, and I would take it to them and pull it apart, and we'd create something, beautiful and magical. Right. And I love having a piece that nobody else has. Right. Like I actually have the molds to my engagement ring and my wedding band. So nobody else on the planet has my ring. And I think it's a lovely thing to have. It's like, I love interesting, one-of-a-kind pieces. And if you're curating that from somewhere else in the world, then I think that's a lovely, lovely thing that you're doing, because you're giving somebody the opportunity for exposure. Mm-hmm. And you're also giving somebody happiness. Right. And enjoyment in their piece. That's right. True. That's true. Tell me a little bit about you in real life and what you love to do and why you're so passionate about helping people
Mhm.
do what they love to do too.
I think our existence alone has to benefit someone. It can't just be about us. And of course, I love accounting. That's something I really like doing. But also, that's not. I don't feel so much empowerment in it in terms of how do I pay it forward. So I was
Right.
looking for a project that would actually. Be able to do that, and the idea came to me, and I'm like, I'm here in LA, and why not? I have exposure to the social media, things that
Yeah.
artists back at home might not have exposure to, or they're maybe an older generation, and so the things are giving them a platform where you can accept any payment options, those kind of
Right.
things that facilitates for them. So that speaks to my heart, that I can do something for an artist who create such a wonderful thing and doesn't have the ways to bring it to the US market.
Right. I love
And
that. I think that's
also, we try
so
to
fun.
do a lot of charity things. Let's say recently we did the Bridge of Health, which creates a health system for patients with cancer. And in Armenia, they don't have a very good healthcare system. So
Right.
again, it's an organization here in Los Angeles, and we were able to, support them. And Christmas is coming, so many projects
Yes.
are coming.
Yes.
That is very
Yes. I'm about to
important.
say that the holidays are coming. I'm going to put all the links in here to where we can find you because that's super important. And if I'm looking away, it's only because I am looking to grab those and get those up here. Uh, but I think that, Christmas is coming. Um, all of the gift giving that you need to do, you can do and do, one of a kind stuff. If you want to work with, I like working with people who are paying it forward and are doing great things. So
Yes.
I always encourage viewers and followers to do their research on where they're buying. I'm a big shop local fan. I'm
Mhm.
not a big Amazon buyer. Uh, I think that, supporting your local bookstore and local accessory dealer and all that stuff is really important. And, I've got a lot of friends who have small businesses. I have a small business, and it really is about a lot of times keeping the lights on and, trying to feed your family and hire help and do all that stuff for you so you can grow your business. It's not about, the $700 million mansion that you just bought with
Right,
15 bedrooms and 16 bathrooms.
right, right.
So I love that. And so I always encourage people to shop local first. If you can't find anything there, then I think you're crazy because all that stuff is also affordable. And I think when it comes to gift giving, especially this time of year, people want thoughtful things,
Yes.
right? I know that, like, even if my kids go to the local, market in the city, we have all these pop-up holiday markets, right? And they buy me a snowflake necklace. I know that it's a snowflake necklace and it is what it is, but they thought about it and they looked at it and said, "Oh, that reminds me of mom."
Right.
Right? So
Exactly. It has more intention to it.
yes, it's coming from their heart and and that's really all that matters, right?
Yeah.
So especially during the holiday season, I think that buying and supporting local businesses that support people and are giving it back it's super important to do that. So I highly encourage everybody to go to MIRAY and check them out. And I'm going to put all that stuff in here right now. So before we go, we're going to talk about the Female Founder Collective for a minute because I want to encourage other women founders who are in business for themselves to check out this amazing group of women that fashion designer Rebecca Minkoff and her partner Elizabeth Leonard have put together. I don't even know, I honestly don't remember how I found them. But it's a great space for women business owners to become a part of, and it doesn't cost anything. So look for the femalefoundercollective.com, or I think it's .com.
It is that.
Um, and check them out. There's an application process. It might take a few months because I'm sure they're backlogged. It took me a little while to get approved and stuff. But once you're in, you have access to other women who are doing amazing things. I mean, I put a call out a couple weeks ago to the group and was like, hey, you guys, I am relaunching Why Am I Yelling Live? And literally within 5 days, I was booked all the way through March. Like booked. Like every Friday, I am completely booked. I've got a list of people that are like waiting, and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
So there's a lot of collaboration. There's a lot of support. They do a lot of events. I know you were at an event last week. Tell us about that, because I think those are important to talk about. So let us know what you went to and how you experienced it.
I'm so glad you mentioned Female Founder Collective, because it has been a great asset for women who have founded a business and want to collaborate and support each other. I believe Rebecca and Elizabeth, they created a community of supportive women. And just like you said, when a woman does a business, it's not just about her, it's about her family, her community, the people she works with, their families, their kids. We just have that nurturing in us that it has to, it has to go forward. Yes. So that's why it's very important to support women-based businesses. And the workshop that I was at was in LA, which I felt I was so lucky to be, in LA to be part of that workshop, because the panelists were amazing. They were very practical with their advices, and there were different workshops. So I highly encourage everyone to just check them out and definitely apply. It's just beneficial, and it's about supporting each other. And also, they created a seal with their logo. Yep. So you will find that at MIRAY too, that all packaging includes that seal, which the seal basically is about, if it has been founded by a female, they provide you with a special seal that you can put on your packaging and on the products.
Yep, I have it on my website. I think it's a great thing. It's a great thing for women. It's a great tool for you to have. There are so many lovely women in there. I actually have a few of them as my clients now. Like there really is it's great. I go to events all the time, especially in New York. There's a lot of them that happen because Rebecca is based here. So you have exposure to people who you might on a regular basis have to pay for. Like we go to these events that we have to pay for, and it's a few $100s here and it's a few $100s there, and sometimes $1,000 to go to these summits and these conventions and these experiences. And Rebecca and Elizabeth have provided that to us for literally no dollars. Yeah. Like you can go to these events for free. You walk away with swag bags half of the time, and they're like pretty amazing things. And most of all, you're networking with women who are in the same shoes as you are. They're either just starting out their businesses, or they've had their business for a couple of years and they're still trying to grow them the way I am, or they're established and they want to offer advice or help or any kind of, encouragement to you. It really is. It's just I've found it to be a really great asset for me this year, and I've really enjoyed being in there. So I'm excited to continue that, relationship with them and stuff. And I am excited that you have been with us. So last words, anything that you want us to know, you want us to talk about, we missed that I may have?
Just another thing is you do want to know about the artist, just make sure to check the website, because the website has a short bio about each artist so that you will get to know them. And because most of them have high education in art, and one is actually a dentist, but she's doing a great felting job on the side. So everyone has a story. If you want to read
everyone has a story,
it's available on the website.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for helping me kick off Why Am I Yelling Live for our second round of the reboot. Yeah. I'm so excited to be doing this. I love what you're doing. I think that, exposing people to different kinds of cultures and backgrounds and being able to pay it forward while you're doing it is super amazing. So thank you so much for what you do. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Chris.
You guys check out Lucy at MIRAY and go to the website. I'm going to put all that stuff in the notes when we're finished, and we will be watching you grow.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Christopher.
Bye, everyone. We'll see you soon.